Ladies and gentlemen, recently there have been protests in Kenya, the Gen Zs and the millennials leading the process across the country. This was as a result of the failure by the president's team, that is the team in government, to deliver as per to the expectations of Kenyans. Now, later on, one of the things that the Gen Zs and millennials raised, it was the issue to do with the IBC. And the president promised by Tuesday this week, he was going to assign into the law one of the bills that was in Parliament as a result of the NADCO report. Raila was present, and later on they went ahead to announce that there were going to be dialogues in the country where Raila is going to lead to represent the views of the people, particularly what the Gen Zs and millennials were raising. What followed then, it was fire on Twitter, where Raila Amolo Odinga himself, he was told to keep off because Gen Zs and millennials are leaderless and they don't want to be led by anyone, and they're not talks they want with the government. Now, what happened by then? Raila Amolo had to turn that to accept and actually tell the Gen Zs and millennials through his people and by himself, and say that he has heard our call and is not going to represent the issues of the Gen Zs and millennials in any talks or even have an handshake with the government as we talk. Now, what followed there is that Raila really felt like he was surprised himself to get such attacks, being bab of this country, and actually I'm very sure even his team was surprised. Do Kenyans think of Raila this way? Now, on this video here, I want to dissect on why I think Raila Amolo Odinga was rejected seriously as far as the dialogues are concerned in this country. But before I dissect on this topic, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe, like and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Now, let me dive into the topic today. One of the things that led the people to complain and say no to Raila's calls for dialogue, one of them was the handshake history that Raila has been having. During Uhuru's time, Kenyans really had serious challenges in the country. Raila got into handshake, and none of these challenges were solved by Uhuru Kenyatta as a result of Raila and him having a handshake. So therefore, Kenyans felt that they were betrayed at that time, and Raila has no room again to betray them. It didn't stop there. They also remember that during the 2022 elections, there were protests in the country, and Raila Amolo Odinga actually called the process to happen because of the cost of living. But once they had a handshake with William Ruto, there's nothing significant that has happened right now in the country. Now, another thing that I feel the Gen Zs and millennials are rejected Raila Amolo Odinga, one of them is the age. Most of the Gen Zs really don't have an experience of good Raila Amolo Odinga. The Raila Amolo Odinga that people knew since 2007. Now, they could not have a proper history of this gentleman, and therefore they were forced to reject him because they feel he has been betraying them, particularly since 2022. Another thing I feel the Gen Zs and millennials feel Raila is old, and it is time for him to relax and completely not to involve himself in the Kenyan politics. And the reason I feel that Raila Amolo Odinga was stopped by the Gen Zs from interfering in their affairs is the issue to do with the AU. AU requires Raila to be energetic enough and participate in the campaigns, but if he gets into local politics, particularly the Gen Zs can bring him down in a day. Therefore, they called Raila Amolo Odinga to stop because they felt like he was going to interfere with what is happening currently in the country. Another thing is that it's the deaths that occurred during the Mandamano. The deaths were so painful, having someone shot from the back, many kids being shot, and actually many people being abducted, and many other things. Such kind of developments made people very bitter, and they feel like there's no dialogue until justice has been served to these people, and the reason that's why they died have been served. That is being reducing the cost of living and having most of the demands that the Gen Zs and millennials made being achieved. Another thing I want to quote from where that I believe that Raila Amolo Odinga was rejected, it was the issue of the association with William Ruto. Raila has been a close ally to William Ruto, and most people feel that he has been close but not solving the issues. Right now he's pretending to be close and going to talk on behalf of the Gen Zs and millennials, which was not the right thing, and it could be another game to deceive Kenyans. Lastly, I want to talk about the selfish of Raila Amolo Odinga. I feel like Raila Odinga, when he has been given whatever he needs, he keeps quiet. Uhuru Kenyatta gave him the support and power that he needed in 2018, since 2018 actually up to 2022, and Raila was quiet, not even speaking about the cost of unga that went up to almost up to 250 shillings. Now, same thing after 2022 elections, people died, people went to the street, people were injured. Actually in Kisumu, people were beaten in their homes, the police went to their homes, beat them, and as a result, some of them died. But after Raila had got into a handshake with William Ruto, there's nothing significant that has happened in the country, and as a result, people felt like it was enough of his betrayal and being a traitor to Kenyans. That is my video there and there. Kindly, if this is the first time once again you're watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. My name is Abel Mokwa.